G'day troops, it's Maro here yet again, and today we'll be delving into the joyous case that is Dellner and LM Architectural Builders. This is a case which really speaks to, I guess ultimately, at what point you may have been constructively dismissed versus just having a hard conversation and a little bit of secret recording to add some spice. Long story short, there's an employee, Ms. Downer. She's been doing a great job for a while until the plot thins. A less good job she now does. As a result of that, there is a conversation. Depending on who you ask, that conversation either goes, look, love you like a sister, things aren't going great though, let's have a conversation. Alternatively, the other view is, well, you're not supporting me, you're not helping me, I'm not that enthusiastic about being here anymore, things are hard, things are tough, etc., etc. What do we know for a fact? We know two things. We know firstly, as a result of that conversation, young Ms. Downer goes home, deletes a lot of material from the computer, does some work on her CV, and otherwise undertakes activity that you would loosely describe as suggests she's not as committed as she once was. The employer wants to have a conversation about some of this stuff, invites her into the office. There is a bit of a conversation, but it appears that she is secretly, as in not letting the employer know, recording this discussion. The employer discovers this, the conversation deteriorates, there's a suspension in here as well, that's also a recorded conversation, and then effectively there is a discussion which leads to a dismissal. The point in the authority context for conversation is firstly, can you really dismiss for a sort of fundamental breach of trust and confidence in the event that someone's been secretly recording you? And ultimately the answer is yes, you can. If you have a reasonable expectation of privacy and fidelity, if the conversation's in a private space and it's an important, valuable discussion, then recording it secretly ultimately is not a step that is healthy for the employment relationship or goes ultimately to support the fundamental nature of trust and confidence. And so as a result of that, and the behaviours and the context of this particular set of circumstances, it is ultimately reasonable for the employer to say, hey, look, this kind of fundamentally breaks our relationship, and so as a result of that, I'm able to terminate the employment, and that's an acceptable outcome. And folks, it turns out that that is an acceptable outcome. It's, as always, a great pleasure. Thanks very much for joining me, and no doubt we'll see you guys again soon.